Guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is the second part of my birthday haul. I have 10 more fragrances to show you, so without further ado, not to make this video too long and unbearable, let's just start. So we're going to start with some Paco Rabanne, and this is Lady Million Flanker. And okay, I have to be honest with you guys, I cannot stand the original fragrance and I cannot stand pretty much all of those flankers. This scent is a massive exception. Like, I got a sample when I purchased like some other fragrances and I didn't really expect to like it, but I just tried it because, you know, why not? And I liked it so much that I actually decided to retest the original Lady Million, and I still don't like it, okay? So this is probably the only flanker I like. This doesn't smell anything like the original. It's a really beautiful tonka, vanilla, a little bit like tuberose. It has some solar notes too, so yeah, it's like a very, very feminine, gorgeous scent. I mean, very much up my alley. I love it. I decided I do need a full-size bottle. I got like the 30 mils. This is the 30 mils bottle. So let me just show you how it looks. Yeah, so this is that size. And yeah, I mean, so good. So the notes here are mandarin orange and pink pepper in the top notes. I don't really get much of that pink pepper, to be honest, which is good because I'm not a fan. Then middle notes, solar notes, tuberose, jasmine, lang lang. And then base notes, tonka bean, vanilla, and moss. I don't really get much moss either. So this is more like a sweet tonka vanilla floral. It is really pretty. I really like that one. Okay, so the next fragrance is going to be another one from Paco Rabanne, and this is Olympea Intense. So guys, I've had a really kind of like a rocky friendship with the original Olympea. I tried it, I kind of liked it, but I kind of didn't. Like, you know, there was something like missing about this fragrance for me. So I wanted to find a better version of Olympea. So my first choice was Olympea Legend. And guess what? I mean, I love this scent, but it smells nothing like the original in my opinion. So then I decided to try the Intense version, and I was a little bit like apprehensive because it can just go either way, right? But let me tell you this. This is how I wanted Olympea to smell in the first place. This is stunning. It's very simple. There are only like 3 notes in here. This is like, I think, amber, vanilla, and salt. Let me just double check with my notes. But I'm pretty sure these are the notes. Yes, vanilla, amber, and salt. Very simple, quite intense, very sexy. It's just stunning. It's stunning. It's the perfect Olympea for me. I love it. Okay, so another good buy. I think in this haul, every single blind buy, and all of them were blind buys, was a success. So really good. Okay, so since we're talking about Olympea, let's talk about this fragrance here. This is Kenzo World Power. The reason why I'm mentioning this straight after Olympea is that so many people on Fragrantica say that this is so similar to the original Olympea. I mean, I don't see that similarity, like, at all. Like, apart from the fact that this also has this salty note in it, I don't see any similarity. I can't really, no, I mean, no, okay? The packaging, I mean, I honestly hate it. Like, the cup here, this cheap plastic is a big no-no. The bottle is actually not bad. I don't know if you can see, it's actually made quite nicely, but this, oh, that's bad. Very beautiful unisex scent. On some people it might actually lean a little bit masculine. This is, again, simple scent, 3 notes only. This is cypress, tonka, and salt. So as you can imagine, that cypress note is a tad masculine, so this won't give you the feminine Olympea vibe. This is very much unisex. It is a gorgeous scent. It is a gorgeous scent, and since I didn't really use any fragrance today, this is going to be my fragrance of the day. So let me just spray it. Oh, this is just gorgeous. Beautiful, beautiful scent. Not similar to Olympea at all, at least in my opinion. But since so many people compare it to the Paco Rabanne's fragrance, there is a chance that you might find it similar too. But I'm just telling you how I feel about it, and I don't see any similarity in here. But alright, anyway, a gorgeous scent nevertheless. The next fragrance I'm going to talk about is this one. This is Kenzo World Intense. So this is a very rich, dark, deep plum scent. It is pretty. It's not as gorgeous as the World Power. This is my favorite. The packaging, I think it works a bit better with kind of like that type of plastic. It's still not the most amazing, but it's much better than the other one. The bottle, made really nicely. And I think, you know, this scent is perfect for those people who would love a juicy plum scent but can't really stand the Marc Jacobs Decadence for some reason. This one is simple. This is some vanilla, some jasmine, and plum, obviously. Let me just check it. Yeah, it's plum, in top notes and middle notes peony and jasmine, and then base notes vanilla. Very simple. You can't really go wrong with it. If you want a nice plum scent and you don't really mind a little bit of that sweetness and floral notes, then I'm pretty sure you're going to like it. And also, both of these fragrances are actually quite inexpensive, so that's an additional advantage. Okay, the last Kenzo fragrance I'd like to talk about is this one. This is the Jungle with the elephant, and I've been meaning to buy this for ages now because it looked tempting, but then again, so many people say that this is a very Christmassy scent, and I didn't really want to buy a fragrance that will only work around Christmas. And you know, luckily, I don't really find it very Christmassy. To me, this is a perfect late summer, early autumn kind of scent. So around that time, when it's like still warm and sunny, and it just gives me this like almost cozy, but not necessarily vibe, like cozy, sunny vibe. So what I get from this is a very similar vibe to Dolce Vita by Dior. These fragrances are not similar, like not at all, but they're both like warm and spicy, so this is the vibe I'm talking about. So this is definitely not the type of scent I will be using only around Christmas. I'm definitely going to get much more use out of that. I find it really, really pretty, but this is not a safe blind buy for sure. You kind of have to like scents like that. And if this is going to be only a Christmas scent, I don't really see the point of buying it. Luckily, as I said, I find it a little bit more autumnal. So yeah, I'm really glad with that one. So this is the first half of the fragrances. Now we're moving on to some Roberto Cavalli. So the first is the original scent, and this fragrance is like orange blossom made so pretty, and it's actually so unique because we have so many orange blossom fragrances and I'm a little bit like fed up with them, but this one is a little bit different. So many people actually say this is super sexy. I don't agree. I don't know if you've noticed, but I tend to disagree quite a lot in this video with like most people. This is a very individual thing, like fragrances. We all experience them a little bit different. So, you know, this is just my opinion, right? I don't find it sexy. I find it more elegant, classy. I don't really see that sexiness in here, but this is a gorgeous scent. And you know what, I was a little bit afraid that the top is going to be like cheap, or feel cheap or look cheap, but it doesn't. It actually looks quite nice and it doesn't feel cheap at all. So yeah, I mean, I'm really impressed with that one. So the notes here are pink pepper in top notes. Again, I don't really get much of that pink pepper, luckily. Then we have African orange flower in middle notes, and then we have vanilla, benzoin, and tonka bean in the base. So beautiful, beautiful scent. Very classy in my opinion. Okay, by the way, I just realized I didn't give you the notes of Kenzo, so let me just quickly read them to you, but this is like a long list. Okay, so top notes: cloves, cumin, mandarin orange. Then we have middle notes: cardamom, caraway, licorice, mango, ylang ylang, heliotrope, gardenia. And then base notes: vanilla, amber, patchouli. I was surprised with mango because honestly I don't get any mango in it. Okay, moving on. We have another Roberto Cavalli fragrance. This is Nero Assoluto, and I'm going to start with the notes so that I don't forget. The top notes here are orchid, citruses, middle notes vanilla, and then base notes ebony and woody notes. So I was not sure if I should get this or not because of the orchid. I'm not always a fan of orchid scent, but this is gorgeous. This is a deep, dark, sensual scent. This one is sexy, okay? So as much as I don't really find the original sexy, this one is definitely sexy. Woody floral, very, very dark, very beautiful. Again, this is not something I would describe as a safe blind buy. This is quite mature, but it's not like old lady mature. It's more like kind of sexy mature. I don't know if I make much sense, but definitely not a safe blind buy. It might actually need a little bit too mature on your skin, so just try it before buying. That's my advice. Okay, let's move on. The next fragrance I'd like to talk about is La Petite Robe Noire. As you can see, I decided to buy another one of those, and this is the green one, the Fraiche. So there were so many doubts in my head when I was trying to decide if I should buy it or not. First, the name of Fraiche. I mean, everything that has fresh in their name is usually very citrusy. Also, the green color that kind of might suggest the green notes in it, which I'm not a fan too. And I'm not even sure why I bought it. Probably, because some people actually describe it as a nutty scent. So I was really hoping for that nuttiness in here, and luckily, this is pretty much all I get. This is a stunning scent. I don't know why it's fresh. It doesn't really seem very fresh on me, but it's quite like lightweight, but not fresh at all. No, it's like a lighter version of like a nutty scent. So it's not gourmandish, nothing like that. It is stunning, but this is not a fresh scent in my books, okay? So the top notes here are lemon, bergamot, mandarin orange, and orange blossom. And funny thing, most people actually find them quite detectable, whereas for me, this is not a citrusy fragrance at all, luckily. Middle notes, almond blossom, sour cherry, freesia, Turkish rose, Bulgarian rose, jasmine sambac, raspberry, strawberry, peach. So these middle notes are more, this is more of what I get from this fragrance. But the most noticeable notes for me are the base notes here, and this is pistachio, almond, patchouli, tonka bean, white musk, and vanilla. This is a gorgeous scent, but definitely just looking at what people actually think about it, try it before buying, because it might actually turn out completely different on your skin. And I'm not like a fresh fragrances fan, but some people actually find it very fresh. So don't really listen to what I'm saying about it, because your skin might be completely different, and you might just get completely different notes in here. This fragrance is so complex that it is probably difficult to kind of guess how you will actually feel about it. So I would say this is worth testing before a purchase, but I love it, and to me this is like a proper nutty scent with this La Petite Robe Noire DNA. Gorgeous. So we have two more scents. This is Mugler's Womanity, and look how stunning the bottle is. Look at this top piece here, and how it's actually open with this kind of like a ring thing. It's just gorgeous. It is super sturdy. It doesn't feel cheap at all. It's just stunning. The scent though, quite unique. I mean, no, it's like extremely unique. So this is pretty much caviar and fig. Like literally the notes are fig, caviar, fig tree, and fig leaf. So that's that, okay? So let me tell you this. When I first sprayed it, I wasn't really sure what to think, because I got this like a fishy note. So it smelled like fish and fig. That doesn't sound delicious, and let me tell you, it wasn't amazing on my skin. But then the more I use it, this fishy note turns to more of a metallic kind of note in it, which I don't really mind as much as the fishy thing, because that was a little bit weird. Anyway, definitely not a safe blind buy. Like, I don't even know why I blind bought it knowing that there's a caviar in it. But oh, okay. It turns out that it might be actually a good fragrance. It might actually work with my skin chemistry, and it might not be fishy in the end. But if you end up with this fishy note prominent on your skin, then I guess this is not going to be your favorite scent. And as you can see, the bottle is actually quite large. This is like, what, 100 mils? No, it's 80 mils. So quite a large bottle. I mean, definitely you can keep it just for the bottle because it's stunning, but yeah, I mean, I do prefer to have fragrances actually used. So I have high hopes towards this one. I think it's actually evolving in the right direction, which is good. But this is an extremely unique fragrance, and just be careful with that one because it might not work on you. And then I read some reviews on Fragrantica, and there are some people who think that this is like a beautiful fig scent and they don't get any fish or metallic accents from that for that matter. So, you know, it's all about how your skin works with it. Okay, so the last fragrance I'd like to show you is this beauty here. This is Lalique Infinite Shine. And let's just admire this bottle for a moment. Look how gorgeous it is and how nicely made. Like, everything is so beautiful in here. And this kind of like a frosted glass effect is just stunning. This is my second bottle from this line, and let me tell you, I mean, these are probably one of the most beautiful bottles that there are. Okay, the scent. Oh my god, it's just so beautiful. It's like a beautiful woody scent. I just can't stop sniffing it. So Infinite Shine, I would suggest that this could be like a perfect spring summer scent, but it's not really. So the name of this fragrance would suggest that this could be a perfect summer spring fragrance, but I think it's a perfect all year rounder because of that woodiness, you know. I think woody fragrances can be used like pretty much all year round. So the top notes here are raspberry, cardamom, carrot, amber extreme. Middle notes saffron, rose, sandalwood, and then base notes moss, labdanum, and patchouli. I don't really get much patchouli, but this is like a beautiful, beautiful woody scent with some like fruity notes, a little bit spicy, but not too much. It's just stunning. I mean, I would love to try a little bit more of these fragrances because they smell amazing. They smell expensive. They are expensive too, so, you know, that's another thing. But you can get those for a reduced price here and there. So, you know, you just have to keep your eyes open if you want one of those. As I said, I've tried 2 so far. Amazing. But this collection is like, I don't know, maybe 10 fragrances. Maybe a little bit less, maybe like 8 or whatever. But yeah, I would love to try more of these because they're just so beautiful, and the bottles are, I can't really find the words. Stunning. Okay, so this is the end of my birthday haul, the end of the second part. So what do you think? Have you tried any of those fragrances? Please let me know down in the comments below if I mentioned any of your favorites, or maybe some fragrances that you just cannot stand. I would love to hear your thoughts. Thank you very much for watching. For more fragrance content, check those videos on my left side. I'm going to see you very soon. Take care. Bye.